Looking for something great to read this summer? We have lots of suggestions. How about some science fiction? In Doomed by Tracy Deebs, Pandora earns her name when she does exactly what her mother always told her not to, and unwittingly unleashes a computer worm unlike the world has ever seen. Everything that relies on computers or software has gone down, and there's worldwide chaos. Nuclear power plants are melting down. There is hope, if Pandora can follow the clues that seem to be meant just for her. But will she figure it out in time? Monument 14 by Emmy Laybourne. It started out as a normal day heading to school, but they never made it. A hailstorm with strength never before seen crashes the bus in a superstore parking lot. They barely make it inside. The bus driver leaves for help, but is never seen again. The hail is just the start of what's going wrong. Volcanoes have erupted. There's been a mega tsunami, earthquakes, and worst of all, supercell storms have destroyed a nearby government facility, spilling experimental toxins into the air. Toxins that affect people differently, depending on their blood types. They have lots of supplies, but they're cut off from their families, and no one knows where they are in order to rescue them. Chronal Engine by Greg Leitich Smith. Kyle, Emma, and Max knew that Grandpa was weird, but they weren't expecting him to predict his own heart attack and Emma's impending kidnapping, and then announce that he has a time machine in the basement. When the first two things come true, they have no choice but to figure out the machine and go back in time to rescue Emma. Of course, rescuing Emma will also mean not getting eaten by a T-Rex or any other prehistoric predator. Revived by Kat Patrick. Daisy has died 5 times. It all started with a horrible bus crash when she was 4, and since then she's been a ward of the government, part of an experimental program testing a drug that brings people back to life. Every time she dies, she has to adopt a new name and move. She gets pretty good at being the new girl. With this last move, she meets some people she thinks she could be real friends with. Sadly, her new best friend, Audrey, has cancer, and even though the drug isn't supposed to work on disease, Daisy is willing to risk it all to see if that's true. But she has no idea exactly who is paying attention to what she's about to do. Quarantine, The Loners by Lex Thomas. Someone must have bitten off her nose. So starts this gruesome tale of a deadly virus that condemns an entire high school to quarantine. All the adults in the school died in the first few moments of exposure and, left to fend for themselves with occasional supply drops from outside, chaos and violence reign as tribes form in the power struggle. Ruby Red by Kerstin Gier. Gwyneth wasn't supposed to be the one who inherited the time travel gene, but someone was wrong, and now she's not at all prepared for her sudden adventures in time, and she definitely doesn't want anything to do with Gideon, whom tradition says has to travel with her. Gideon and the secret society are following the instructions of Count, that Gwen is pretty sure is pure evil. For more great suggestions, check out our YouTube page. And have a happy summer!